Good morning, high school. It is Monday, August 23rd. We are starting off our 2021-2022 school year. But right now, I am literally in the eye of a hurricane and long way from our empty halls. Here we are, launching into our 2021-2022 school year, and I am continually surprised how long it's been that I've been talking to you like this. We thought we'd be back on campus after a few weeks, then after a few months, and here it is more than a year later, and dozens of episodes in. We actually have merch for this, which is something I never thought would happen. It's just been a weird situation. We're in the middle of a hurricane right now. Hurricane Henri made landfall here this morning, and right now we're in the middle of it. We've lost power a couple times. It's flickered. About a quarter of the town where we're staying right now has no power, but we're okay. The Philippines gets typhoons, multiple times a year. It's just not something that usually happens here. Hurricanes are not common, but thanks to modern weather technology, everybody here knew this was coming for days. We had lots of lead time to get ready to prepare. This wasn't something that happened without warning. Everybody had lots of notice. We live in an area where there are a lot of trees. We're pretty rural, and a lot of our power lines run underneath trees, and so anytime there are strong winds, there's always the danger of a branch falling down or a tree being knocked over and knocking out the power for days on end. And people were anticipating this. And so since we knew it was coming, people were making sure their generators were working, and if they had gas, people were going to the gas stations to fill up their cars. People went to the grocery stores to make sure they have food, and food that didn't need to be refrigerated in case the power went out and they couldn't keep their food cold. People, for 3 or 4 days now, have been preparing. They've been planning for this. They knew it was coming, knew it was going to be a reality they had to deal with, and so they were taking the steps so that when Henri came and made landfall today, they could handle it. Thinking about that and being prepared reminded me of the Last Supper, when Jesus knows he's leaving his disciples, and this is the last time he has to speak into them before he's crucified, to warn them about what's coming, to give them advice. And he spends, in John, it's recorded over 4 chapters, a lot of time talking about, here are the things that you are going to experience when I go. And at the beginning of John 16, he says, I'm telling you all this so that you won't fall away. Jesus tells them everything that's going to happen so they can anticipate it, so they can be ready, and that when it does happen, they're not surprised then. I want to give you a similar encouragement at the start of this school year. Most of you were around last year for our year of distance learning, and you kind of know what to expect. You know in general the rhythms that we have in school. You know how to manage your classes and your coursework that's coming. You kind of know the rhythm of the school year, when things tend to get busy and when you have to pay more attention to what's going on. And so you know what's coming. New students, you might not have experientially the knowledge about what this looks like and how Faith Academy runs distance learning, but we've tried to do our best to prepare you, to give you a heads up for how things operate and what to expect, so that even though you haven't been through it before, you also will know what's coming. Understandably, a hurricane and distance learning are 2 vastly different experiences, and I don't disregard that. But they're similar in that if you know what to expect, if you've been forewarned and have an idea of what's coming, you can better prepare yourself, and you can make better decisions about what you need to do in order to be successful and to weather whichever situation you're going to be going through. There are some ways to prepare to be ready that are useful across the board. Make sure you're getting enough sleep, keep yourself on your schedule, set yourself some boundaries for how and when you're going to work. Those work for everybody. We even made some resources last year to help students be successful while they're distance learning, so I'll put links to them in the description below. But you may also find that there are things specific to your situation that are helpful. How and when you work, how you structure your week and arrange the work that you have to do, ways that you can get yourself ready before a school day starts and take breaks during the school year, whatever that looks like. Several days ago, the National Weather Service said, Hurricane Henri is coming, be prepared. About 2,000 years ago, Jesus told his disciples, this is what's coming for you in the next years of your life. Be prepared. And so we want to tell you the same thing. This is what's coming for distance learning. This is how the school year is going to run. Your teachers hopefully have told you this is what to expect from our classes. We've done that because we want you to be prepared. We want you to be able to make the decisions that you need to make now to be successful this year. A hurricane might not be coming for you, but this school year is. So as we launch into the second week here and get into some more of our significant learning, take the time to figure out what you can do to be ready for it and to be successful. Be prepared. Stay safe. Stay sane. Alexa, what's the weather outside?
In Eastford, there's a tropical storm warning. Today, you can expect rainy weather.